everybody. So my name is Tasha Penwell, and this is taking a bit to load. Hi, everybody. My name is Tasha Penwell, and I'm going to be sharing some job search techniques with you guys. This little session is actually going to focus on just one particular topic, which is updating your resume. So your resume, how often should you update it? You should update it when you take a new class, when you learn a new skill. It may or may not be a traditional classroom setting. It could be just you acquiring a new skill because of a hobby, or whenever you have a new responsibility. Those are all the times that when you should be updating your resume. Your resume should be a living and breathing document showcasing all your accomplishments, all your skill sets, all the things that you have done, and even the things that you're currently working on. If you take a new class, you go ahead and put that in your resume as well. Even if you haven't finished it, you can put an estimated completion date, but you should always have something in there and talking about what you've done recently and what you're currently working on. And sometimes if you're not currently working on anything, like if you're not currently taking a class or if you're not currently working on a new skill set, have this be the motivation for you to actually take that class. It can be an online class, it can be an in-person class, it can be a workshop that you're going to attend, it can be anything. But if you just need to add some content to your resume, if you're thinking it's looking a little threadbare, just take that class. Learn a new skill. And if you are already in a role where you are having a new responsibility, make sure you take the time to put that new responsibility in your resume. All too often, if we don't update this on a regular basis, whenever we have a new responsibility, and then months or years go down the road and we are trying to update our resume, it's easy for us to become blind of what it is that we're doing or what it is that we have done. And because we just become so accustomed to it and so used to it, we don't see it for the value that it is. So when you have a new responsibility that weekend, take the time and update your resume with that new responsibility. And whenever it comes to a time whenever you need to use it, you'll have everything, everything will be fresh. So take the time whenever you learn a new skill, take a new class, or have a new responsibility, take that time to update your resume. So why? Why should you update your resume regularly? You can make sure that you're ready for new opportunities. Sometimes an opportunity may present itself for a new job, a new position, a new role, and you want to make sure your resume is current and up to date. It also shows that you're organized. Again, if this new role or new opportunity comes across, and if you already have a resume that's accurate and current, and you're able to submit that to this person ahead of everybody else, it's going to show that you are on top of your game. It's easier to find typos. I know I'm guilty of this. If every time I update a document, there's always typos. That's just kind of the nature of it. No matter how good you are at grammar or spelling, there's going to be typos, whether it be a very minuscule typo or something that's blatantly wrong. You're going to have a typo. And you updating your resume regularly will help you catch those typos. Say, for example, this weekend, I update my resume on a new skill set that I learned. I'm learning Python right now. So I update my resume indicating the class that I'm taking right now is Python. So I add that in there. And then hopefully within a couple of months, I will be done with this training on this course. And then I can update that then as well. But what happens is whenever if I update my resume this weekend and showing that I'm taking a Python course and then I'm learning Python, what I can do a review of my resume, read it and make sure that it's, just do a review of it, make sure it's accurate, make sure it flows well. And I can capture those typos with the stuff that I typed and that I put in there weeks ago or months ago or even years ago. I can see the typos because I'm seeing it with a fresh set of eyes, so to speak. And in a couple months down the road, whenever I'm updating my resume, if I finish the Python course, then any kind of typos that I might have encountered or made when I was putting the Python course in right now for this weekend, I can capture that because it will be, a fresh set of eyes, so to speak. I won't be so blinded by the obvious mistakes that we have. Then it's motivation to learn. I mentioned the Python course that I'm taking right now. Sometimes you just need an external motivation to learn something. And if it's to build content on your resume, let that be the reason for you to learn something new, just to build your content on your resume. We become blind. And what that means is that we don't see the typos, we don't see the errors in our resume. And we don't even see the things that we are doing or the things that we have accomplished as well. As I said earlier, every time we have a new responsibility, as weeks, months, years progress, we may not be able to see that responsibility for the skill that is. We are blind to that skill set that we have learned or have acquired, or the responsibility that we've taken on. So while it's still fresh in our minds and we're not blind to it, that's why we should be updating our resume regularly. It's useful during a performance review. Whenever we have our annual performance reviews, this is a time that we can look at our resume and say, this is what I've accomplished. And even to the point of where you want your career to go, which kind of goes to our next point there. Creates a picture of your career path. So when you're doing a performance review, you can see on your resume everything that you've put on there. You can capture the new responsibilities, as I mentioned before. You can capture the new skill sets that you've acquired. You can capture the classes that you've taken. And you can show that to your supervisor. And you can, with the explanation that the path, the career path that you're looking to go is this particular direction. And this is documentation. This is of what you're doing personally to help support that career path. And that's going to speak volumes in regards to what your supervisor sees in regards to your motivation and your desire to learn and grow. So who can help me update my resume? There's online courses. There's online resources. Top Resume is an online resource that can help you with your resume. Some are paid, some are free. So just have to do a little research on that. There are professional resume writers. There's an organization, National Resume Writers Association. You can look on that. You can ask friends and family for the typos and those other little nuances. You can ask them. It's like, hey, read this over for me. What do you think? Does it flow well? Is the grammar done well? Does any kind of typos that you see? Let them see it. You can take a class online. There's plenty of classes online. You can take a class online about resume writing and then put that in your resume. But just take a class. Job and Family Services. Every county has one. Every county in this country has a Job and Family Services. It's the goal of the organization is to help people, find jobs. And one of the ways to find a job is by updating your resume. So they have resources, whether it's be calling on people externally, like myself, or they have other online resources. They have the resources to help you review your resume. So if you have questions, you can find me on LinkedIn, and you can also find me on Twitter, as you can see. So I hope this helps you on any kind of questions that you may have on updating your resume, how often you should do it, and why you should do it as often as you should. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.